a boot that they found in the USA, and it was petrified. It had a leg in it, and it was a leather boot, and the leg was solid rock, and the boot wasn't. And they actually found the manufacturer of the boot, and it had been made like 80 years earlier. So geology has a few questions to answer with regards to fossilization and how fossils and rocks and gems and things are actually formed. So here are some shots, random shots of petrified forests, and as you'll see, we get things like this huge tree. Obviously it's got the tree bulb on the end, but that's a tree stump. Petrified Forest National Park. Looking at things like this, you can see there's almost gemstones. So lots of interesting pics out there of wood that has turned to stone. Now I will point this out. I've shown this before in videos. This is like Angkor Wat. See how you can see the cuts here, and these are pieced together. You can see that around the eye, that's a piece, and above it that's another piece. Forever we've sort of sat around and thought, how did they carve it all? How did they piece it together so well? Is the answer that this was wood? Because how do you carve stone? The way that they carve the stone it's almost impossible. But if you're talking about wood, well, that's a totally different story. And you can see this is sectional. So is this big sections of wood that through something being covered in water has turned to stone? Because the way that you get things the way you get organic matter to fossilize is to cover it in water, mineral-rich water. This is called the Petrifying Well in Yorkshire, and it's also called Mother Shipton's Cave. And this is it's like a waterfall, and as you can see, water comes over, and this is it's like a stalactite type effect. You can see this is all minerals. And what happened is someone left a teddy bear under there, and a few years later or whatever, it got found, and it was solid stone. So it started a tradition of people going and hanging these teddy bears under the water, and the water would drip on them and fill them full of minerals, and they turned to stone. And you can see people have done it also with different things. A lobster. Guess what? Someone wants to make a rock lobster. That's great. What's that, an elephant or something? A teapot, so all these different things. And you can see all this mineralization here that is literally just the water. Look at that, it's flowing down the edge. Mother Shipton's Cave is at Knaresborough, North Yorkshire in England. The artifacts may be put in the world to be petrified or encrusted as a tourist attraction. So you can go and yell at artifacts and scare them to stone. I think that's what they're saying anyway. The place is associated with the legendary soothsayer and prophetess Mother Shipton. So the so-called petrifying well at Knaresborough has been a tourist attraction since 1630. And its water originates underground and has a high mineral content. Here we have the fossil hat. This miner's hat is rock hard. It was found in a mine in Tasmania where it had been covered with water for more than 50 years. Over that time, the chemicals in the water precipitated within the open structure of the felt material of the soft hat, thus turning the soft hat into stone by a process called calcification, which means that solid calcium carbonate has impregnated the original felt material of the hat. The hat is now on display in a mining museum in Tasmania's west coast. So there you have it, a solid rock hat. 50 years submerged in water, and you get solid rock.